small limo business in LA. And basically I had to walk away from that to be here for my son.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever monies we have is going to hotels and one sandwich a day. Whatever, we have to make sacrifices. So to all my friends, my fellow broadcasters, the people that I don't know who have already shown your love and support, names that I don't recognize, have already made some donations, and I love you and I appreciate whatever you can do. And as Zamira mentioned, that on the other side of this, when this is all over, I will be here as I've always tried to be here for you as well. There's hundreds of broadcasters
you
that
have been pouring into people forever. I mean, the list is long for that Lee Michaels has poured into,
That's
and
so true.
and I think you're going to see some of the fruit of the seeds that you've sown into other people's hearts, man. And we'll make sure we let other people know what's going on. And the point that you made, one example of Lee Michaels is most people take the caregivers for granted, and he recognized those caregivers right now in the short time that he's been there. And I know how tough it is. I've been on the board of directors of a hospital in Chicago, and when I was on that board, we had a hard time getting good people, especially those nurses that make all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even harder now than it was then. So that's just one of a myriad of examples of your heart, bro. And we're going to continue to tell the story and get more people on board.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that you're going to see breakthroughs and it's not going to be overnight, but we're praying not only that you see the breakthrough, Debbie does, and obviously Corey, but that the caregivers get strength and make the right decisions, because they don't always make the right decisions. But we're praying that they will have supernatural insight into what to do.
Yeah.
And Corey has a testimony himself because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be expecting those praise reports, bro.
And let me jump in and say the following. I must tell people that when you call or contact Lee, make sure you get this lead, because there's two versions of Lee Michaels I must share with the public. Now, he knows where I'm going with this. Now, he mentioned he has a limo service. No, it's the truth. We're here to tell the truth, man. So he has a limo service. So a few years ago, Lee was driving both Uber and Lyft. And the reason why was to get the intel to create his own limo service. That's how brilliant this man is. I call him one time while he's Ubering, and I hear this voice cursing out drivers. I said, this can't be my Lee Michaels. He can't go like that. Hey, you mother Hubbard! I was like, wait, I thought it was two different people in the car.
It was
because he's a Gemini.
That other guy.
Right. And ever since then, I called him Uber Lee. So either get Lee or Uber Lee. So make sure you get right.
Yeah, you don't want Uber Lee.
No, you don't want Uber Lee. No.
No.
Oh, well, I feel blessed because I've always got Lee.
What do you say, Bonnie?
I said I feel blessed. I've always gotten Lee.
Yes.
And
I've
just
always
like
had to suppress that other guy.
Well, let me
that little crazy man sitting on my shoulder talking to me, and he's always wrong. So there you go.
Well, the thing about, obviously, Lee, why we're here is because, plain and simple, we love you, and we love you more.
Thank you.
And that's the reason why we put our arms around you, because you need it. Debbie needs it, especially Corey. We are here for you, and for someone like yourself who, Zamar just eloquently said about sowing seeds and being around people, and of course Bonnie being around you as well. When I heard about what happened to Corey, how can I not help you? How can we not help you and your family? It's not even an afterthought. It's a call to action. And so I want to thank Bonnie and Zamari. You can hang on for as long as you know. I know these are very busy people now, because I know I had to bend their arms to get here. They're very, very busy people, but if they have time to stay, cool. If you have to go, we understand that. But I want to thank you tremendously for being here, because I know how much Lee means to you, and how much, the fact that this is helping. This is where the strength comes from. Yes,
well, we
sir.
want to thank you, Chris, for really facilitating this and inviting us to be part of it and supporting you. Your heart looms large because of it, and I'm impressed, but I'm not surprised, right? Because of what when you took action, and I hope everyone supports your program and your mission ongoing. I know we are, and we're going to share this link going forward so that more and more people know what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Exactly. And I am going to have to jump off. I have to go and record my own show. But Lee, we may
Yes,
not
ma'am.
we may not see you as often as we would love to, being in Chicago or you being in LA, but the connection is there. We'll always love you. We'll always be there to support you and your family, and prayers going up all the time for you, Corey, and the caregivers, because they're the ones that day and night have to see him go through whatever he's going through. So Lee, don't, even if it's just to say, you know what, I just need a kind word. I need a joke. I need silence. Whatever you need, please reach out, because we're going to be reaching out to you.
I
Okay.
appreciate that, and I need your love and support and prayers. And I'm feeling better already. I mean, this, I wasn't sure whether I really wanted to come on and do this, but you're a real friend, and I respected the fact that you wanted to bring some more attention to the situation. And thank you. And Zamira, I don't even know what to say to you, because you're the boss of the boss. And Zamira is one brilliant innovator, creator, broadcast. And I love you so much, man.
Love you too, man.
Right now, I'm leaning on you and everybody else. So thank you, man. And I will be in touch with you shortly, and we'll get some more stuff out there.
Yeah, because we want to tell this story. I'm gonna leave you all with this. When just before Lee reached out to me, I had just finished a long stint going back and forth to the hospital. My brother contracted a lung condition that the doctors consider terminal, and he went into the hospital after a couple of years struggling with it, and he didn't think he was coming out of there at that time. This is a couple of months ago. And we did everything we could to speak life into him. And it was, whatever it was that we discussed changed his mindset. And he decided that, you know what, I'll consider getting a lung transplant, because, see, Corey's lungs are also damaged. It's not just his skin. He's got about 20+% lung damage, correct?
Yeah, 20%, and that portion of his injury is improving. They took him off the respirator. He has a trach now, but he's breathing on his own.
That's great.
That's a good sign.
Great.
Yeah.
But my only point was that pouring into my brother made his mindset change, and that's why we want to do that with Lee and with Debbie, and when the time is right, with Corey. So we'll record things so that you can just play them back to Corey, so that he can hear other voices lifting him up. He's going to need that too. And now my brother has 25-year-old lungs in him. He had a lung transplant a month ago. He's on the mend.
Wonderful.
I've seen what can happen with miracles of prayer and support. And we're going to do the same thing for you and the family, man. So
thank you. Thank you.
Bonnie, it was a pleasure being able to see you after all this time. The Bonnie DeJong, the famous one.
The hey baby of babies.
That's right.
I wish. Zamara, it's so good to see you too. And Lee, just like Zamara said, we're going to lift up. We're not doing any of the dirges or anything like that. Everything is positive. Everything is going to be spoken out because, you know, God takes it, He works it,
Yes.
and He works through us and through prayer and through positivity. So we got this, boo.
All right, we're going to hit that
Thank
goal
you.
too. We're going to work on it, man. Chris, love you, man.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Let us know when you need us again.
That's it.
Love you more. Thank you for coming out. Thank you, Bonnie DeShawn. Thank you, Zamira Jones. Thank you so much. Love you more. Thanks again.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank all. I'm sending thanks and appreciation to all of you, and I'll never forget it. I know that it's hard to imagine what somebody else is going through. You know, I've always believed that when you're walking down the street or you're driving or whatever, or you're in a crowded room, you don't know what somebody else is going through. They may have a smile on their face.
That's true.
And going through pure hell in the background. So be kind to everyone you meet, strangers, people you already know, because we're all going through something, large or small. There's somebody bearing that cross or that heavy weight that you don't know about. And a lot of times people don't even talk about it. But I can say this. Talk about it. Talk about it with someone because it'll help you. And this is helping me.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I didn't want to share it. I didn't want to do nothing. You know, I didn't want to do the GoFundMe, pride and all of that, all the foolishness that may come into your mind. Well, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to donate. And you go through all of those thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It enters into your mind. But don't let those smiles or even a frown. You see somebody frowning, they're really hurting. Something's going on. Reach out and touch that person because they need help.
Yes.
They need help. And you might be that one person that listens and offer one little tidbit of advice or support or directives. And well, go across the street to that church over there. I know they have a food pantry and they can help you get a good meal. Or they can put a roof over your head tonight, help them get off the street. I'm just, these are some of my life experiences that I've already witnessed and been a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people say, man, why are you giving money to those bums on the street? Well, you know what? I've interviewed some of those so-called bums on the streets, electricians, former doctors,
right,
psychiatrists, psychologists, teachers, plumbers, engineers. They went through something in their lives that pulled them down, and it's on us as other human beings to pull them up, lift them up, help them. Don't be selfish. And I'm not saying this for you to feel sorry for me or what I'm going through, but just if I wasn't going through this, if my son was not in this hospital, in this bed, I would still share this story with you because it's real. And we as humans need to show that humanity towards others. Thank you to all of you. Whatever you can give, my heart will receive it in the right way and pass it on to my family so that we can make it through this tough time. Chris, I love you. Thank you. And to all of those who have the ability to make a small donation, I love you too. And I appreciate it. God be with you.
Love you more, Lee. Continue to be strong, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Lee Michaels. How you doing, Ken? Ken Wellington says, God bless. Absolutely. What's up, Walter? Walter Cannon types the following: Lee, you and your family are in my daily prayers. and I will go to the GoFundMe page. Thank you, Walter, for doing that. Thank you. And thank you all for taking the time to do that. We're going to continue on the charity cast here as we try to make some things happen. Again, my thanks to Bonnie DeShong and to Zamira Jones being on and just showing their love for Lee. It's one of those things, again, where it's literally all hands on deck, a call to arms. You got to put up the signal and have people respond in kind. Let's go to the phones. Hey, how you doing, Gus?
Yeah, I just chimed in late. I apologize because I wasn't aware what was going on, and I heard about Lee's situation with his son. And we all go through these troubles and things. I lost my brother 2 years ago, and well, I outlived all my family. I'm just by myself. I don't have anything. Even my little white dog got ran over, and I don't have him anymore. But Lee is a very strong man, and I can't help but say right now that the strength lies within Lee. Being a strong man is very, very important now, and time goes on. And I'm not that extremely religious, but I do believe that you're not going to get any more than you can take. And the fact that you have strength, and I'm saying this in regards to Lee, it's going to filter into his son and his son's struggle, but it'll get easier as time goes on. And you got to remember, the most important thing is this: always push what's positive, what is needed, and go forward with strong strength to keep life going. Because no matter what you do, I learned a long time ago that there's a gift of which there is no equal. And no matter what takes place, no matter how you struggle, what you can do is preserve that gift of which there is no equal, because that's the only way of saying thank you to the man that gave it to you. So,
yes,
my hopes are for Mr. Michaels, and I'm going to look into this GoFund. I'm not good at this. I'm going to try because I don't know how to do it. So perhaps maybe someone can coach us in this, because I know you go to the GoFund page and you look for who it is, but I've got my debit card, my bank card, and I want to do something, but I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to try, and perhaps maybe you can give us a little coaching right now, and I'm going to hang up, and you can tell us what to do, because I want to do something. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Gus. I appreciate that, and definitely Lee will appreciate that too. Thank you, Gus. So let's see. So let's go through what we have here. Okay. So again, type in GoFundMe and search for Lee Michaels. Search his name. So it will give the picture of Corey in the hospital. And underneath that picture says, "Please support my son's Corey journey to recovery." And it says share or donate now. So you hit donate now. And then when you hit that, you'll see you're supporting, please support my son Corey's journey to recovery. Your donations will benefit Lee Michaels. Enter your donation. And it gives 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, $500, or you can type in the amount that you can give. And then it goes from there. You go through PayPal, Venmo, credit or debit, as Gus just mentioned. And you can have your name displayed publicly or not, and then go from there. So again, you have a credit card, you hit credit card, and of course give your credit card information in there, and ask you for an email address, your name and card information, everything else, and how much you're going to donate. So there you go. It's pretty step-by-step guide, Gus, and for everybody else out there. And again, you can put in your own dollar amount for what you want to contribute. Let's see. Omar types, each of us got a story to tell, and don't judge, and keep the faith, Mr. Michael. Stay strong, and everything is going to all right. So, yeah, thank you for those words, Omar. And like anybody else, it's dicey, of course, what they're going through right now, to say the very least. But again, when you look at what's at stake here, the road to recovery. And like Bonnie said, these are, I mean, you could pay mortgages with this money. Really, you probably couple of cars if you wanted to with the money that goes into medical and health care. And of course, the expenses, as he said, about going back and forth between LA and Denver, and hotel stays. It just all adds up. But again, when you look at the big picture of the whole thing, of spreading the word and let everybody know that this has to happen. We have to contribute. We have to give. We have to help. We all do. It is a must to do this. It is a must to make this happen. And going back to what Zamira said, there'll be a time when Corey can look upon these videos and this program and see how much people love and care about him and his family during the time of need, and the time is now. So again, go to GoFundMe.com, search for Lee Michaels, see the page, and donate whatever you can. Whatever you can. They give you, once again, I read out the dollar amounts, but like I said before, you can enter your own dollar amounts. You don't have to worry about the pressure of just donating what you see on the display there. You have the option to donate what you can. And that makes the whole thing beautiful. We break it down for what it is. It's really something else. So again, take time to do that. Let's see. Let's see here. So I want you to check this out, and I'll see you on the other side.
Lee Michaels been going through some real troubling and heartbreaking things as it relates to family matters. My youngest son, Corey, was involved in a car accident, and the car was ignited in fire. He's in a burn unit in Denver. The amount of money that's going to be needed to go back and forth to Denver, hotel, travel costs, it's going to be humongous. 50% of his body was burned, and he has 20% lung damage. So he's going to have a long recovery. So we need help, plain and simple. God bless all of those who can make a small donation. Everything will help. Thank you again, and God bless.
As we continue on to raise money for Lee, for his son Corey, for his family, for his wife Debbie, and we do that as we're doing right now. So of course, you heard from Lee himself earlier before he had to go. You saw the video just now. GoFundMe.com. Search for Lee Michaels and give what you can. Not only is it a very worthy cause, but it's just the right thing to do. Let's see. Hello, Lisa. Lisa London ties her prayers and best wishes to the Michaels family. Yes, absolutely. Prayers up. Need lots and lots of those. So yeah, make sure you get the make sure you get that version, not the Uber Lee. I'm telling you. Yeah, you think you know a person. I'm calling the guy. He was doing some stuff. I think he was in LA. doing Uber and he going around cussing people out while he was driving. I didn't see that side of him. Like I said before, I just shared with everybody because I don't know which one you'll get if you know him like that. If you call, just as a standby, this is a public service announcement, you just might get Uberly, and Uberly will cuss your ass out. Yeah, he will. Yeah, being a Gemini, and you got that Jekyll and Hyde thing going with it, or Hyde and Jekyll, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive, what do you want to call it? Yeah. But it was good to hear Lee laugh and have a little fun in the midst of all this chaos and knowing that he is beloved. And it hurt. You're going through hurt, but when you find out people are willing to help, it begins to heal the hurt that you're going through. And like Samara said, you may not see it now, but you'll see it when all this comes out towards the end. Lee is absolutely correct. When these things happen, and in his situation, his son, his youngest boy, as he called him, was like, why him? Meaning his son. And as parents, we would switch place with them in a heartbeat. It just wouldn't be an afterthought. You just do it. If that was the will, if that was the way. And even outside of just parental, depending on who you love or in love with, you wouldn't mind switching places. Just so that loved one will not be in pain anymore. But we have to brave the storm. And we have to make something happen. We have to put a dent in this dollar amount. Again, the overall goal is $135,000. And right now, when I checked, it was like 2,000 something. So got a long ways to go. Long ways to go. But it's not out of the realm of possibility if we continue to contribute and spread the word. So last checked, $2,296. We're going to goal is $135,000. So it's a long way to go, but it can happen. So you want to donate, please do. You have some words of encouragement, please call in during the charity cast, as I'm calling it here, 312-597-2106. Again, 312-597-2106. Heard some words of encouragement from Gus just now. I wanted to know how to donate on going to the GoFundMe page. Once again, searching for the name of Lee Michaels, you'll find it there. Heard from Lee himself on the phone, so you can be on the phone too. Once again, words of encouragement, and it helps. It definitely helps. 312-597-2106. Even if you don't know Lee personally, you can still be a human being, last I checked, and still call in and wish somebody well, the best for their family. Let the human spirit do what it's supposed to do and care. Don't fight it. Words are very, very powerful. Always have been, always will be. So for someone like Lee, who has been involved in radio since he was a teenager to where he is now, been a jock, been a programmer, been a talk host, and continues to do that. The audio part of hearing people who want to support him can also be very therapeutic. As you heard earlier, when Bonnie and Zamara were on, it helps. And you have that power too. As Gus just mentioned about being strong. Every little bit, everything helps. 312-597-2106. Still comment in the comment section. Giving Lee and his family their best. And the main thing, make sure you donate. That's the reason why we're here in the first place. Make sure you do it. Okay, hold on. Gotta make a couple of notes here. Okay. So going back to what Zamira was saying in the exchange we all had, the videos that Zamira was talking about, the videos I played recently, like the one I just played now, that was Zamira put that together for Lee. And of course, that spread the word about that. So again, the overview, there was a car accident that Corey was involved in back on April 8th. He just celebrated his birthday on April 1st. He's 35 years old, had the accident in Denver, Colorado. The car ignited into fire, burned 50% of his body, 20% lung damage. And so he also has a leading good chance to mention, Corey has two daughters. One is 7, the other is 16. So far, 8 surgeries so far for the skin grafts, and will continue to do so, as you heard Lee say. Man. So that's where we are. So we're going to be here another 25 minutes or so. We'll close up shop, but that doesn't mean that you stop donating or spread the word about the donations, because that continues on. And when you're looking at a goal like that, again, $135,000, it just has to happen. You can't get into a mindset of, oh, we'll never make it or we'll never reach it. And you have to believe. You have to sometimes, not only in prayer, but will that to be true. It makes all the sense in the world to make it happen. So again, when I reach out to you about all of this, is to help make this happen. To make this a reality. As you continue on, for the people who have donated, thank you very much. For the people who are still have not, please do. Definitely needed. So read out some of the donations that we have so far. So once again, you can have your name on here or not. You can make that decision. So we have so far $25 from Anonymous, another anonymous person, 50. The great Art Norman had his name on here. Arthur Norman. Well, that's what Art stands for. You know that. 100. Anonymous was another $50. Anonymous, 100. We have another anonymous person, $100. Maynard Grossman donated $300. Richard Williams, $25. Darius Hedgebeth, $125. Christina Murray, $20. Nelda Hughley, $200. Linda Hudson, $50. Richard Graves of the Richard Graves Group Incorporated, $20. Anonymous was a $25. Let's see, Anonymous was another $60. David Herberts, $500. Melanie L. McCutcheon, or McCutcheon, I should say, $60. Sherry Culpepper, $111. Wallace Peoples, $100. Carol Lemire, Carol, who I used to work with through Lee when they had the Lee and Carol show on the powerofvoices.com. I was a part of that show as Lee's co-host. She donated $50. Dr. Ron, my brother in broadcasting and brother in general, Dr. Ron donated $100. And so we have another $50 in anonymous. So we're having people coming out to donate. And again, you have the option to put your name on the list or not. But donate something. Make it happen, make it do what it do. I think like anything else that the process of putting something together, money, it can, people can do one of these numbers and type of thing like vampires do. And we more than understand that. Once again, I told you before, we're living in rough times and financially is even a little bit rougher. But donate what you can. Give. Please do. And I mentioned before about meeting Lee and getting a chance to know him over the years has been, to me, it gets no better. To me, someone like a Lee Michaels obviously is the GOAT of our industry. Just like if you ever got a chance to meet Michael Jordan and came in, tight with Mike, you want to be like Mike. Yeah, I want to be like Lee. Not the Uber Lee, but the the one I met. Yeah, I got my own Uber Lee going. I think everybody has their own inner Uber Lee, especially driving, and you're driving with knuckleheads around you to cuss them out and honk your horn and things of that nature. So we all have our own version of that while driving. Well, hell, not even when you're driving, cuss somebody out on 2 feet. Oh man, but again, it's just the greatness of the man, and I'm so happy you got a chance to come on with us. We tried to get the link, but for some reason his link wasn't working. So I'm glad you got a chance to come through the phone. You got a chance to hear for yourself what he's going through. And the constant learning. You're never too old to learn. Some people get comfortable and you can't tell them anything. They get kind of hard-headed. They got kind of stubborn and things like that. And I think we do get like that from time to time. But we have to be more understanding, at least try to. You heard the old adage, but do you practice it about never being too old to learn? You're always learning. Allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to evolve and be better. Be kind, as Lee said. It's possible. But do you want to do that? It's entirely up to you. It's amazing how people respond. And like I said before, starting on Monday, reaching out to all these various people who were in shock, obviously, and wanted to help, and they were able to find the page and donate. and then go tell their friends and family and associates and co-workers. It spreads like wildfire. It spreads. I'm glad that it's spreading, and rightfully so. Once again, as Lee said in one of the videos, not just radio colleagues, but kind strangers. Kind strangers. I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, sometimes the two words don't go together, but it's true because you can be that kind stranger by donating, by going to, of course, GoFundMe.com, search for Lee Michaels, his name, Lee Michaels, and donate. To know Lee is, it's like you're in the presence of someone who's not trying to BS you, in the presence of a genuine personality, of a genuine character, of a genuine soul. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how most of us feel. You have to understand that, and we should know this by now, that we're walking the earth for a reason, or dare I say reasons. And you have to figure that out. But in this situation, you shouldn't have figured out. You should be able to, again, first thought, to help. Barbara Jean types, to know Lee is to love Lee. I agree wholeheartedly. That rhyme too. So tell him on his rhyming crick. Barbara Jean, absolutely right. Uncle Lee, as Barbara Jean continues to call him. And so, like I said before, through Barbara Jean, I met him online. I think he was staying in, I want to say, Hollywood, Florida at that time. Somewhere warm weather. I wasn't going to kid about the warm weather. He hates cold, man. He hates the, I don't blame him. I really don't. Having worked here in Chicago all those years and worked what else he worked at with cold weather? I think it was shit damn near probably anywhere. New York at one point, cold climate weather from time to time. Hates the cold. So I believe it was in Hollywood, Florida at the time. And I believe Barbara Jean called him fat and happy. And got a chance to meet him, and we struck up a conversation, and we kind of just went from there. Like I said, I mean, I'm talking to Lee Michaels, man. I mean, that was deep. And once again, Barbara Jean put all that into motion. So usually when I go down the list of people who, excuse me, know everybody, it's Barbara Jean. It's, I got to throw in Lee, because Lee knows everybody. I mentioned about Omar, Art Sims. I got to throw in my girl Lisa E. Was one of the phone calls I made earlier this week. Lisa E, super producer, the best to ever do it, continue to do it. Colleague, great friend, and reached out to her as well to help spread the word about Lee's situation. Now, she knows everybody too. So next time I make the list, what usually I do about people know everybody, and Innova. God, there's all these people know a lot of Mother Hubbard. So Barbara Jean, Innova Ingram, Art Sims, Lee Michaels, Lisa E, and Omar. They literally know everybody. They do. And I mean, hell, going back to Lisa East, who I reached out to, like I said, and what was she on Facebook talking about? Talking about something. And I just saw all these people. I think it was, so on a side note, here in Chicago, we had to give honor and say goodbye to ABC 7 traffic reporter Roz Varon. and I've been there, I want to say, what, 25, 30 years, something like that. And she recently retired a few months ago. And the position of traffic reporter on TV was brand new. They didn't have traffic reporters on television at that time. So it was a brand new spot, and Roz Varon got it. Roz Varon came from radio. She did news and traffic, I believe. And she did do news because, oh man, what was my instructor's name? His name was Ron. I can't think of his last name. But when he was out, we had a station here, WFYR. I think it was 103.5 FM at the time. And when Ron was out, when I took news at Columbia College Chicago on my radio courses, Roz Varon would fill in. That's how I met Roz as a student. And so did Lisa E. So Lisa E. told me the story of when Roz was putting the videotape together. She got some of the Columbia students to help her, and one of them was Lisa E. And they became close over the years, and she was able to retire with, just great standing. And again, we've had it as a part of our lives so much that you can't picture it without it. When someone makes a dent in your life like that, and that's how I feel about Lee, is that dent in my life, personal and professional. He's my brother, and I love him more, and we all do, which is, of course, what brings us together tonight. So you got about 11 minutes left in the charity cast. It's never too late. Never too late to donate. See, they're rhyming. It must be a rhyming Friday. Never too late to donate. Don't be late. Get it straight. See, now I'm just showing off. So please go to GoFundMe.com, search for Lee Michaels, and make your contribution. All contributions are welcome. Again, remaining time left. You want to call in with some encouraging words for Lee, because he will check this out, or maybe he's still checking us out, depending on his schedule. You call in at 312-597-2106. And remaining 10 minutes we have left here in the charity cast. If you have any encouraging words for Lee and his family, 312-597-2106. The remaining time we have left. %, of Corey's body was burned, 20% lung damage. The car accident again was on April 8th in Denver, Colorado. Sometimes the word difficult and hard doesn't even come close to scratching the surface on this. It really doesn't. We just have to pray. If you're a person who believes in religion, pray and deal the best way we know how, and to try to make sense of it all. And it's never easy. It never is. If life was easy, if life was easy, if life was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. We would. But you and I both know it's not. Hey, how you doing, Innova? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Let's see. Sending prayers? Yes, absolutely. And again, you want to call in for anybody who want to say it vocally so Lee and his family can hear this. 312-597-2106. 312-597-2106. Yeah, and I was just talking about you. Thank you for sending prayers to Lee and his family. Yeah, they definitely need it. Absolutely. They talk a person up, and there you go. So there you go. It hurts. It hurts. as I said before, earlier in the conversation about it helps to hear people who love and care about you. It helps. Doesn't make the pain go away. Not really. But as you heard Lee, I'm starting to feel better already, just from the exchange he had with Maya DeShong and Zamira Jones. And that was just two people. What, and including myself, of course, that's three. But what about the other people who he has not got a chance to speak to yet, or have not heard yet, say from this program if you call in? Is it before Gus they called in? And words are powerful. They are. Some of you may not think so, but take it from me, they are. You can make that happen. You can make that happen with your words. Make that happen with your donations. Make it happen. It's a wonderful investment, I promise you. It's going to help out tremendously. It will. I don't promise too much, but this I give you my solemn vow and a promise. It will. GoFundMe.com. Search Lee Michaels. Find the page. Donate. Call in. Be a part of the charity cast. 312-597-2106. And the reason why I'm hammering this in is because it's needed. Prior to Lee calling up tonight, I spoke to him, I mentioned before, on the phone, and texting back and forth this past weekend, and during the week. And I can read the pain from the text. I can read the pain. And for those of you who have heard what Lee said, again, let's play this one last video before we part company.
Hello, this is Lee Michaels coming to you today on Bended Knee, asking you for help. My youngest son, Corey, was involved in a car accident on the 8th of April, badly burned, lung damage. He has two girls, 7 and 16. This happened in Denver, Colorado. And his parents, we live in L.A. My wife is there with him right now, 24 hours a day, trying to encourage him to a speedy recovery. It's going to be a long ride. Burns are just horrific. He'll be in the hospital for months. We don't know what the final outcome is going to be at this point. We need some financial help. Would you please support us in our GoFunding effort? Thanking you in advance. God bless.
It has to hit home somewhere, my people. It has to. It should. I mean, imagine sitting next to your loved one, and they're in the burn unit, 8 surgeries so far for skin grafts. As you heard Lee say, in the first hour that he had to go back, wait for those wounds to heal to get more skin grafts. That's a lot. A lot to deal with, combined again with the health care and the back and forth between LA and Denver and hotel staying and the whole nine. And I'm listening to him say these things to me before I got the videos. And again, thank you, Zamira Jones, for making those videos possible. I'm very happy that Lee has someone like Zamira that he can lean on. That right there says a lot. But again, let us put our arms around Lee, Corey, his wife Debbie, and the whole family, and let them know that they are not alone in this. Let them know. Donate. It's needed. It should happen. It should happen right now. It needs to happen in general. We can make that goal happen. The goal again, $135,000. Let's see. Hello, John Lewis. How you doing? He's mentioning to Lee, said, hey, Lee, tried to call you. Please tell me where to send a donation or call me. You have your number there. So, right. So, John, if you check the ticker I have down here at the bottom, again, go to GoFundMe.com and search for Lee Michaels. Type in Lee Michaels' name, and you'll find it, and you could donate from there. Again, GoFundMe.com. Search Lee Michaels, and you'll find it and make your donation to John Lewis and to everybody else out there as well. My thanks to Bonnie DeShawn and to Zamira Jones for coming through the link in the first hour and let everybody know how much they love Lee, and the love continues. Oh, you're welcome, John. Absolutely. You're welcome. My thanks to Lee, of course, for calling in and feeling the love from these people who love and admire him. Gus got a chance to call in, heard those kind words. Thank you. Thank you all in the comment section there for showing your love and prayers for Lee. I know he deeply appreciates it. And thank you for taking the time to be here. BasLine will be on tomorrow morning, and that's at 7 a.m. Central Time, so make sure you're here for that. But I want to thank you all for being a part of this. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Thank you for your time of being here. Continue to spread the word. Continue to donate what you can. Continue to be safe. Continue to be sound. Continue to be healthy. And most importantly, above anything else, continue to be loved. Long live the peace. Long live the funk. More power to you. We love you.